This is like the X-Men mansion, isn't it? With metal doors with X's on. Well, hello and welcome back to the Shallow Proclamation. My name is Thomas, and I'm joined by
Paul.
And we are watching Colony in Space Episode 2. We enjoyed the first one, didn't we?
Oh, it was fine.
It was fine. It had a great kind of setup with them. Yeah, Joe's first time in the TARDIS and first trip. But then it became a little bit bogged down in the agriculture of this planet, didn't it? But this was a great cliffhanger. I mean, what
yeah, I love the little... He's being menaced by Wally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even get the crash zoom on his face.
Aww.
Look at these guys as well.
Thank you very much. You really ought to keep this thing of yours under better control.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's only a Mark III servo robot. Not very bright.
It's like when you're on a walk and someone's dog starts jumping all over you. And they're like, oh, sorry, he's very friendly. And
He's friendly. Oh, that's such a classic. Yeah.
And I'm sort of like, oh, it's fine. But deep down, I'm thinking, get your filthy animal. Sorry, I'm joking. No hate to dog owners out there.
Ah, no, I like that. See, that outside design.
Yeah.
So the day after this episode was aired, Thomas, David Tennant was born. There you go.
Wow. That's an interesting fact, isn't it?
Well, apparently as well, I don't know if this is still the case, but at least it was at some point. It gives this story the distinction of being the only one to have a future Doctor born during broadcast. So Christopher Eccleston was born the day after the final episode of Edge of Destruction. So David Tennant's the only one to be born mid-story.
Oh, interesting. And of course, all the classic ones were born before.
Before, yeah. I mean, you used the word interesting there, Thomas. I feel we're really stretching the definition there.
Of all the Doctor Who stats,
that's a Doctor Who quiz question, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
After episode 2 of which story was David Tennant born?
Yeah, man.
A rich concentration of duralinium. You know how the Earth needs that mineral.
Earth or your corporation's profits?
That's good for IMC, it's good for Earth.
Duralinium is a bit like unobtainium.
Yes.
Right? Is this just Avatar in a quarry?
There's been a lot of mineralogy in this series, hasn't there? Axonite.
Yeah, that's true.
They've been coming up with a lot of... Why not use some existing elements? Why keep coming up with new ones?
What I'd like to see more of is the element of surprise.
It's funny you should say that, Paul, because...
Wonder what you're about to do. Ah, brilliant.
Did you know I was wearing that?
I didn't know you were wearing that.
That was quite funny. You were wondering what I was about to do.
Yeah. I just wonder what you're about to show us, is all.
This is like the X-Men mansion, isn't it? With metal doors with X's on.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably the first person to ever compare Colony in Space to this.
This guy's Magneto, and the colony leader is Professor X.
Oh, hello. Oh, it's just like Return of the King.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
That was great.
Horn toots. Brilliant. That's a great subtitle. Horn toots.
Is that the name of that character?
Yeah.
My name is Mr. Horn Toots.
Horn toots. That's some healthy sideburns on that man.
Yeah, he's Beast.
Yeah. Or Wolverine. I mean,
Yeah,
Wolverine.
Yeah. Let's see how many of the X-Men we can put in this.
Who knew that X-Men had been based on Colony in Space? I'm not sure what came first. When did the X-Men comics begin?
Good question. Although, I think X-Men, the comics were quite heavily based on the civil rights movement, weren't they?
Okay.
So Professor X was based on Martin Luther King, and Magneto was based on Malcolm X.
The first issue of X-Men was published in September 1963.
Ah,
So it's actually earlier than all Doctor Who.
predates Doctor. That's pretty cool. We should watch the X-Men films on this channel at some point.
I do like the X-Men films.
Yeah, yeah. Apart from X-Men Origins,
Yeah.
that was rubbish.
Have you seen Deadpool Wolverine?
Yeah, yeah. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, very good.
I watched it again the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Preliminary survey confirms rich deposits of duralinium on this planet.
Or as the Americans would say, duraluminum.
Find you, the monster will have claimed another victim. Keep back.
Is that Colossus? Wow. So the second episode ends with robot coming into room dramatically. Like the
I'm seeing there's a theme emerging here, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, I quite enjoyed that. I mean, quite classic sort of idea of there's a mineral that, you know, big corporate empire wants. Doesn't care about the colonists. I keep confusing that with columnists. Which, no, they're not writing newspapers. But, so yeah, it's a bit like Avatar.
Someone did ask the Doctor to see his papers, so...
That's true. Yeah. Can we see your
The
news?
Guardian. No.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a classic idea, isn't it? That there's some valuable mineral that this company will stop at nothing to get, and yeah. But I think it's been well executed. Not. I wouldn't say I'm bored, but I'm waiting for the kind of the real juice of this story to kick in. What about you?
I mean, in terms of, you know, as you said, the stuff like the mineral and stuff, and the mining corporation and all that kind of idea. I mean, it feels like a classic idea, doesn't it? Some corporation exploiting things and all that kind of stuff. And I guess maybe there were at the time, maybe there were parallels in the world, around them that was contemporary. I don't know. I mean, at the moment though, it's not hugely grabbed me. Like,
Okay.
I found it a little bit kind of, I mean, not bored, but just a lot of it feels very wordy as well. There's a lot of like people standing around talking about exploiting others or doing it. There doesn't seem to be a lot going on.
Yeah.
So,
that's true.
but again, it's got room to develop and stuff, and we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Hopefully, it will be greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, because I don't think we've had a dud Pertwee story yet, have we?
No, I wouldn't say so. Everything's been pretty decent. We've had some really good ones, and then everything else has been solid, or serviceable enough. So, yeah, I mean, that's a fair comment.
If this one continues at its current, if it's like this for all of the episodes, by the end we might be a little bit worn out by it. But it's not like embarrassing or anything.
Oh no,
we definitely had in Hartnell. We definitely had some slightly more embarrassing stories where I'm like, if I sat down with someone who hadn't watched Doctor Who before, I'd be like, sorry about this.
Yeah,
there's a kind of consistent quality that we've come to now expect from the show. It feels like it's kind of got into a bit of a groove, especially in this Pertwee era. Whether it will lose that groove at some point going forward, I'm intrigued to see. I've heard mixed things about some of the upcoming eras, but no, it's all good stuff.
No, I think that's a pretty fair comment. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this pans out overall and where it goes. And it'd be interesting to know other people's thoughts on it as well.
Yes, yeah. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Do subscribe if you'd like to stay in the loop, the time loop, and we will be back soon with more.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.